here. He's got to keep going.
Clear skies overhead. Gorgeous night. It'll be a little on the cool side. We'll be down to the mid to low 50s by the time it's over. But the first pitch is right in there. A couple of minutes late at 7:07. Clear skies, 61 degrees, and just a real gentle breeze blowing out toward left field. Jimmy Rollins is 4 for 33. From the left side, he's 3 for 23. And another surprising thing, he hasn't been on base enough yet to even attempt a stolen base. Zimmerman shallow at third, and that's why. From near the mound, 1 out. Little substitution taking place in the umpiring crew. Adrian Johnson has joined the crew, and he's behind the plate tonight. The Chief, Daryl Cousins at first, Jim Joyce at second, and Bill Miller's at third. Shane Victorino for the Phillies. And he's off to a .250 start. Victorino 7 for 28 overall and 5 out of 22 from the left side. A dangerous speedster who can muscle up and hit for power. He homered here on Monday.
He's not going to hit you a ton of home runs, Bob, but he's going to hit ones that are important. Last year, hit a huge home run in the playoffs. He seems to step up his game when he needs to.
He probably is sitting in what a lot of players would consider a catbird seat, right in front of Chase Utley and Ryan Howard. So nobody wants to walk this guy. He's going to see strikes. He's going to see fastballs. Dukes a step or two back and then right in to grab it, and 2 routine outs for Chiron Martis.
Well, I think the more comfortable our defense makes these young pitchers, the better they're going to do over the long haul, because they're going to know, okay, if I hang a changeup, hang a slider, hang a curveball, throw a fastball down Broadway, it's got a better chance of being caught. And I think with this defense out there, it's definitely the way to go.
Bases empty, 2 outs, Chase Utley. The ideal situation, obviously, retire him, have Ryan Howard lead off the second. Fastball right in there, and a good one by Martis. 92 miles an hour. Utley's off to a typical start, 10 for 25. He's healthy again. There's no way this guy was 100% during the second half of the season last year, and he still hit 292. One of the best pure hitters in the game. Got that average up to 299 after he hit 292 last year. 33 homers, RBIs 104, and a scramble by Flores to corral that 0-2 pitch. Harry Callis, HK, easily visible, and I think it's symbolic that the Phillies put that near their hearts, not on their sleeves. Harry Callis in the hearts of every Philadelphia player and fan this week. And a 1-2 pitch just missed. Nets have their military caps on tonight as we check out our first Northrop Grumman pitch track.
Well, I like it. He missed with the 0-2 pitch down, but then he came right back with an inside fastball. I like it.
No time to nibble. You've got to go after this hitter now. It's 3-2 with one of the big boppers in the game next. Ryan Howard's hit more career homers against the Nationals than any other team. 25. 3-2 pitch. Martis lost him. He would at least like Utley to earn his way aboard. Ryan Howard will bring his .345 batting average in, hit his first homer of the season here Monday afternoon. That was a mighty blast. That happened in the 7th inning, Rob, and a very damaging 3-run blast after Victorino and Utley have been hit by pitches.
Well, exactly. Saul Rivera hit the first 2 guys on 2 pitches, and the 3rd pitch he left the ballpark. And hopefully we don't want to repeat that tonight, but just challenge these guys. Just challenge him on the inner half, try to tie up his hands so he can't get that full extension.
Ryan Zimmerman played some shortstop at the University of Virginia. I bet he didn't play up the middle this far. There he is. Zim loves playing shortstop, and he loves turning double plays from over there. No need for that here with 2 outs, and that ball's off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. By the way, the Marlins won again today. They are 8-1. They've won 4 straight. Swept the Atlanta Braves in Atlanta. Breaking ball stays
outside. Here tomorrow?
I'm afraid they're going to be here tomorrow, Rob. They'll probably be here tonight.
Yeah, maybe their flight got canceled. Maybe their bus got stuck in Atlanta. Who knows?
I don't know. They're going to be riding limos the way they're hitting. And a 2-1 to Howard outside. There is a right-handed batter on deck. You'd be better off walking Ryan Howard here than you would be with Jason Worth waiting, throwing a fastball right down the middle on 3-2. That's a good pitch. Good sinking action. Changeup, 83 miles an hour. So that's 9 miles an hour slower, Rob, than his first fastball of the night.
Yeah, you know you're going to strike this guy 1 out of 3 times during a ball game. So right here, going after him with some slow stuff, putting it in his head.
Runner goes, and he got him with another changeup. That one was 1 mile an hour slower than the previous one. The 2-out walk, the strikeout, and here comes Anderson Hernandez. Phone and dial in some Nats offense right here as we have a look at our Southwest Airlines lineup. Elijah Dukes had a double, a homer, 2 RBIs on Monday. That was his 24th career home run. I'd like to see him end up this season up around 55 or so. Lots of power. He hit that ball basically one-handed into the bullpen here. And the Nats will have Anderson Hernandez leading off. By the way, Washington hitting .264. 7th in the National League, and this is career start number 133 for Joe Blanton. His career record 51-46. He faces the Nationals for the 5th time. 4-0 for the Phillies in 13 starts after coming over from Oakland last year. Going to Tapper. Anderson Hernandez 1 for 4. A run scored after a stolen base in the game on Monday, and 2 very damaging errors. I know he wants to atone for those. The Nationals did not pitch well on Monday, but you could make an argument that had they caught the ball, they would have won the game. Hernandez jammed, and just in case it's fair, he takes off. PNC scouting report on the 28-year-old Philadelphia pitcher.
He's big, 6'4", 250. He makes every start every year. He's great in the middle of their rotation. He's a 500 pitcher. He's going to come at you with 80% fastballs. Big Bad Joe, we want to give him a Big Bad L today. His first 26 games last year, he's got very good quick movement to the plate with guys on base. They did not try to steal on him last year.
Hernandez hits it sharply, but right to Chase Utley. Utley knew what that runner doing. He could not wait very long. The Phillies are one of those ball clubs who pretty much throw the same lineup out there night after night. Sometimes there's a sub here and there, but Ibanez replaces Pat Burrell in left field. Lou Marson, the catcher, spelling Chris Coast tonight. And that's about as much as Charlie Manuel will ever change his defense around. This is going to be very intriguing with Nick Johnson batting second. He's walked 5 times this year. 6 base hits, 22 at bats. One of the best batting eyes in baseball, a .396 on base average. There's a good swing and a base hit to left center. Ibanez bunching him over that way. And Nick Johnson looks like a number 2 hitter with a line drive the opposite way.
Well, Nick's got the eye. He's a contact guy. Yeah, he's got some extra power, but having him in the lineup up top there, he's definitely going to be able to hit behind the runners and get on base an awful lot. So that's actually a good thing. If you got a lot of power coming up right here, and you saw that, got ahead with the fastball for Blanton. Next pitch was a changeup, and did the best thing you can, go the other way with a changeup.
Ryan Zimmerman, 7 for 33. The batting average not there, but per the base hit, Ryan's done plenty of damage. Couple of home runs, 7 RBIs, and there's a well-hit ball left field. Nick Johnson will stop at second, and Ryan Zimmerman gets his 8th base hit of the year. And now the ball gets away, and the Nationals runners will move up on a very unnecessary error by the Phillies.
Let's take a look right here at the swing of Ryan Zimmerman. Head down right over the ball. It's a clean single to left field. But then on the throwback into the infield, it kicked into the dugout. So the runners move up to second and third. But it's exactly what we'd like to see from Ryan Zimmerman. Head down on the ball. Nice extension.
Foul, the error on Pedro Feliz right there. By the way,
likes it.
Rick Eckstein told me before the game that Ryan Zimmerman's bat is in the strike zone longer than any other Nationals hitter. He says he takes a really level swing. Albert Pujols, of course, is known for that sort of thing. And I know Zimmerman's got kind of a busy swing with toe taps and strides, but he does have the bat in the hitting zone longer than anybody else on this team. What a great first swing tonight.
By the way, the whole team is out here taking early batting practice about 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
And then a long defensive session followed. Adam Dunn smelling some RBIs. In fact, after that session, I asked Jesus Flores, how do you say fundamentals in Spanish? He said, fundamentals. Some things are the same in any baseball language, and that's what the Nats were working on today. Adam Dunn's 8 for 22 with 11 walks. A little late for that one.
Joe Blanton, in 27 of his 32 starts last year, had a 3.6 earned run average. The other 5, 10.19. So when he blows up big. Big Joe.
That was interesting. He had 9 no decisions in his 13 starts after the Phillies got him last year. 2-2 pitch. There it goes. See you later. Mezzanine right field, 3-0 Washington. Adam Dunn's 3rd of the year. RBI total jumps up to 11.
Well, on his way to another 40 home run season, Adam Dunn gets a 2-2 fastball on the inner half. He knows what to do with it. He hits it about 400 feet.
Next up, Elijah Dukes, and he takes one outside. Sure sounded like a homer on the replay, didn't it? It's got a nice sound to it. Number 3 for Dunn, as I said. Number 281. Nationals have hit 7 homers on the year. This is the first time the Nats have been up by 3, I believe it is. That ball well ball hit by Dukes to center. Victorino chasing, and he makes the catch about 400 feet away.
Well, I watched Elijah all afternoon going the other way, trying to stay a little bit back on the ball, and you see him right here. Nice full extension with our Exmo camera, and he drives it to the longest part of the ballpark, and Victorino makes a great play. But bottom line, we're hitting some atom balls, Bob, and they're working hard on their offense.
You know, 5 hard hit balls, even the ground ball by Hernandez was sharply hit right at Chase Utley. Here's the number 6 man, Austin Kearns. Low and away.
Well, I'm sure they have the same scouting report I do on Joe Plant. He's going to challenge you. 70 to 90% of his pitches are going to be fastballs, so you got to be ready.
This is Kentucky's Austin Kearns against the University of Kentucky's Joe Blanton. Joe, born and raised, still lives in Nashville. And it's popped up right side, playable. Here comes Jason Worth. Big first inning for the Nationals. Base hits by Nick Johnson and Ryan Zimmerman, and a mighty blast by Adam Dunn. A no-doubter 3-0 home team. Nats lead at 3-0, and that's where the family fun pack is. For all Sunday games, a $14 upper right field terrace ticket. Let's hope he keeps it fair. Or a $25 lower left right field reserve ticket. You get a hot dog, non-alcoholic drink, and chips. Minimum 2 tickets per purchase. Bring the family out early for autographs. Post-game, kids run the bases. Sundays are fun around here. 888-632-NATS or nationals.com. Top of the second, Jason Worth against shy Ron Martis, who got that big strikeout of Ryan Howard.
I'll make a deal with you. If Adam hits it out and you bring it back to another game, I'll get the ball from you. You give it to me, and I'll get Adam to sign it.
There you go.
All right? But you got to bring it back, and we got to make sure that it's the real deal.
Yeah, and you got to
get him to sign it. Yeah. Adam's a great kid.
Be a paying customer for the next game.
I'll hassle these guys.
Rob, I hope you have to do that about 45 times.
It'll be a segment, Hassle the Nats. With Rob Dibble and Bob Carpenter. Yes, we're hassling Adam Dunn today.
Hassle the Nats. I like that. Big off-speed breaking ball, 77 miles an hour. And Martis is changing speeds very well the first time around the order. I think the real test will come the next time Rollins, Victorino, and Utley get up there, because Chiron's showing just about everything he has. Playable for Elijah Dukes, mid-center field, 1 out. Martis is pitching to contact, with the exception of the at-bat by Chase Utley.
Well, I think you can't be too careful sometimes on these lefties, and I think Chiron's changeup, you saw what he did against Ryan Howard, and Howard strikes out 200 times a year. But against Chase Utley, sometimes you got to challenge that guy inside with fastballs and sliders, and put the changeup on the shelf for that at bat. So, like, don't give even Ibanez right here. You start him off with a changeup. Don't give him too much respect. Come after the guy with some fastballs till he proves he can hit the fastball.
Raul Ibanez off to a 276 start. He hit a solo homer here on Monday, 1 out after Howard's 3-run blast.
I tell you right now, coming over from the American League, he's probably hit a lot of his home runs off of bad breaking balls, change-ups, things up in the zone. It's probably not what you want to do with Ibanez, throw a lot of off-speed jump to him.
Well hit, but right at Anderson Hernandez. 2 outs.
There you go. 92 heater inner half. Guy grounds out to second. Put that in your memory bank and say, listen, next time up, you got to show me you can still hit the heater before I go to the changeup. Very nice location coming up here on the Chiron Martis fastball. 92, breaking over the inner half, ties up Ibanez's hands. Can't get full extension. All it is a ground ball out.
Pitch track from Northrop Grumman, the information systems powerhouse.
And the key to that was Hernandez catching it, throwing it to first base, no errors. We like that.
Pedro Feliz. The one thing I've noticed, though, about Anderson Hernandez, I've seen infielders bend their knees on ground balls a whole lot more than he does. there was a pretty wide open space under there, and he gloved it cleanly that time. But for a guy who's not that big, he may not get down as much as you might expect. 2 balls and 1 strike to Feliz. Former Giant, always very reliable out there. He'd always hit 270, 280 for the Giants. Hit somewhere between 16 and 22 home runs, play a solid third base. He'll be 34 later this month. He's had a fine career. And it's popped up. Out behind second. Hernandez out. Dukes is waiting. And pretty routine outs against a very good lineup through the first 2 for Chiron Martis. Taylor with a true Southern gentleman.
We are. Josh Willingham, he's from Florence, Alabama, and I asked him about his dad and how his dad has influenced him, and here's what he had to say.
You know, first by example, and how the way he lived and the way he taught me, you know, going from there, you know, just the principles that both my parents instilled in me as a kid, you know, have kind of, you know, helped me develop into the person that I am.
And, of course, we will be hearing from his dad, David Willingham, later during the game. Bob, Rob.
Well, look forward to that. Thanks, Debbie. Well, we knew about Josh even before he became a National because he was one of those guys from the other teams. Whenever we'd play the Marlins, he knew who you were. He would shake your hand. He'd have a smile for you. And sometimes that's a little rare these days. Now, the leadoff man here in the bottom of the second is Jesus Flores, 5 for 19. And Blanton goes 3-0 on him. Joe threw 20 pitches first inning, 13 for strikes. And Jesus takes a 3-0 pitch in there. Flores told me before the ball game tonight, the shoulder's feeling great. Everything on the right side of his upper body just fine. He's looked free and easy throwing the ball down to first base or second base recently. Good to have him back healthy. Flores, Gonzalez, and Martis here in the second. And right there, Jesus spoiled a pretty good 3-2 breaking ball.
That's always been the thing with Joe Blanton, though. I mean, he's got a decent change, a decent curveball, and he's got a pretty straight over-the-top fastball, 88 to 92. Nothing's exceptional.
Oh, he got him with a fastball. Challenged him inside. And Flores thought it was off the plate, but Adrian Johnson punched him out. First K for Joe Blanton. Look at Josh. North Alabama. University of North Alabama. Not a famous baseball school. The University of South Alabama is well known for guys that have come out of there like Luis Gonzalez, all region. I enjoy going back through our little photo albums here. I didn't know Josh was old enough that those were black and white photos. I thought only you and I had those.
You do know you can still take black and white.
I know. My sister does that all the time.
I do too. So these digital cameras, you could pretty much take any color you want.
Played shortstop at North Alabama. Oh, that's a great job by Gonzalez of serving the ball into right center. He's now 2 for 4. And Alberto Gonzalez may be the least known player on our major league team right now, but this kid really impressed last season.
Check out the beauty of the swing right here on the Exmo. He's got his hands through the zone. Ball breaks away from him, so he throws his hands at it and throws that base hit into right field.
And here's the other thing, Rob. He's hitting 8th. Chiron Martis is in there now to bunt. And then you've got another guy with blinding speed in Anderson Hernandez. When you have 2 players with great speed that close in the lineup, they might be able to make some number 8 hole, number 1 hole things happen during the ball game.
Well, Gonzalez becomes like a leadoff hitter. He gets on, and if Martis can get him to second, he's a table setter.
Martis lunging at the ball, and it's 0-2. Chiron does not have a career sacrifice bunt. This would be a perfect time.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And on 0-2, you got to keep him bunting on 0-2.
No time like the present.
He deadened it, but it just went off to the right side. That's a strikeout. And Gonzalez back to first. Now maybe with 2 outs, you might be inclined to run Alberto Gonzalez against a rather untested, for the most part, AAA catcher in Lou Marston. The Phillies frontline catcher Carlos Ruiz has a strained right oblique muscle, an injury that goes back 5 days. He's on the DL. And even if Gonzalez was thrown out, you'd have Anderson Hernandez leading off the third. We'll see how Manny plays it here. Hernandez was thinking left side, trying to slap that ball by Pedro Feliz. I would love to see these 2 guys running around the bases at the same time.
As I told you a little earlier in the first inning, first 26 starts last year, Joe Blanton didn't have 1 stolen base against him. So he's got a very quick move to first. He's over there on that side of the rubber. Very quick to home.
Alberto unsuccessful in 1 stolen base attempt after the Nationals traded for him July 31st with the Yankees. He had 303 at Columbus, then was called up. Anderson Hernandez showed up late in the season after hitting 203 at New Orleans.
Bob, here's Joe Blanton on the rubber. He's just barely got the front of his foot on the left side of the rubber, right near first base, ready at a moment's notice to throw over to first.
I guess that makes that throw 1 foot shorter, huh?
Yep.
Down the line, and that's a shame. It's not fair. That would have been fun. Because with 2 outs, the Phillies would probably have to bring Gary Maddox back to center field to keep one of these guys from scoring. There's the old grinder, Charlie Manuel. Tough week for the Phillies with the passing of Harry Kalas right before the game on Monday. One of them told me today, we feel like we've been in Washington for a week. Left field line, Ibanez. He showed us great defense Monday. Puts that one away. But the Nats at least turned the lineup over a bit, and it's 3-0 after 2.
The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out. The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball. Brand Lynn does it again and stays perfect for the 2008 season.
Nice call, Harry Kalas. And your buddy Chris Wheeler was just a little bit excited in the background there. HK worn by Davey Lopes in honor of Harry, who passed away right next door to us here on Monday morning. It's a day we'll never forget, and that's a voice we will never be able to forget. Top of the third inning, Lou Marson, the catcher. He's only had 4 major league at-bats, and the Washington Nationals are the only major league team he's ever played against. Swing and a miss, 0-2. In a moment, I will tell you about another great voice that we lost today. The gentleman I had the honor of working with down in Texas 2 decades ago. No balls and 2 strikes. Marson's first at bat of the year, and Martis misses outside. Catcher, pitcher, and then Jimmy Rollins here in the Phillies' third. Well hit. Number 8 man gets a hit on a 1-2 pitch. Debbie, it's hockey playoff time in D.C. What's happening?
It is hockey playoff time, and one of the hockey players in our nation's capital is here at his very first game, forward Brooks Laich from the Capitals. And you're here with your dad. How special is this night for you and your dad?
It's nice. It's nice to finally be a fan rather than being on the ice all the time playing. We still enjoy being a fan and catching a ball game.
What do you think of the ballpark so far?
That's fantastic. These guys are lucky. We have to play indoors and on ice. These guys get to play outdoors. And beautiful night for baseball, and the stadium's unbelievable. We're out to a lead right now. Hopefully we'll win this one.
Is it nice for you, too, to be able to come out and support, the other teams in the city?
Yeah, it is. A lot of the times at our games, we see other sports players at our games. You see them with a jersey on or something. They're getting into the game. It's always, like I said, it's nice to be a fan and just sit back and watch somebody else play and cheer the home team on.
How's the atmosphere here different from a hockey game?
Oh, it's a little different. Hockey, I think, is a little more intense. And, our fans at the Caps games are fantastic. They're into the game. Right now it's early in the season here for the baseball, but I think we have, it doesn't show right now in the standings, but I think we have a lot of good young players, and hopefully this place will fill up like the Verizon Center has.
Last thing, a tough loss last night against the Rangers. Are you looking forward to getting back out on the ice Saturday?
Yeah, we'd be out there today if we could be, but we get back on Saturday. And, we'll work on a couple things at practice, and we were still very happy with our game last night. It didn't go the way we wanted, but it's a 7-game series. It's a long series yet, and it'll be exciting for the fans to watch, and hopefully we'll redeem ourselves on Saturday.
Okay, good luck the rest of the way, and we look forward to seeing you out here again.
Awesome, thank you.
Bob, Rob?
Wait, don't stop talking to him. They've made 2 quick outs. Get him back on. I'm very superstitious.
Well, they got Jimmy Rollins.
Yeah, we got Jimmy Rollins out, so we got to get Utley out.
Yeah, tough loss for the Caps last night, and when you lose a game like that, you do not want to have to wait 2 more days to play game 2. You know what's interesting? The 7 versus 2 seeds in hockey in the first round, in recent years, the number 7 seeds have won half of those series. Trying to bunt with 2 outs. Marta says thank you very much, Shane Victorino. 3 scoreless innings for Chiron, and it'll be Nick Johnson, Ryan Zimmerman, and the power of Adam Dunn straight ahead. The ballpark with the Nats up 3-0. So there's your line score, and you can do that if you stop by the team store here at the ballpark and get our Nationals baseball scorebook. It's available in the team store again this year. It retails for $29.99. You can score 100 games in it. We designed it with opening night from last year on the cover, all the pageantry of that first game with the Atlanta Braves. This is the time of the year when a lot of folks will like to start tracking the season. And we invite you to join us to do that with the baseball scorebook. The Nats special team-made book down there in the team store.
And I have my own Bob Carpenter scorebook.
Yeah, you got a deal on that. Here's Nick.
I know the guy that owns the company.
It's quite a company, let me tell you. Nick will drop one down the right field line, about 4 or 5 feet foul. And if you'd like the scorebook that Rob and I and Charlie and Dave use in the booth, that's a little bit of a bigger version. That's only available online at bcscorebook.com. But we know that scoring games is a still thriving art for a lot of baseball fans, and we enjoy helping them out. Nick Johnson, Ryan Zimmerman, Adam Dunn, all 3 of these guys have hit safely already. And Nick, with a survival 0-2 swing, got a piece of it. Ryan Zimmerman singled hard to left after Nick Johnson lined one to left center.
How cool are these uniforms tonight?
Very nice. How about Nick? 2 for 2. He likes that number 2 spot.
Yes, he does.
He likes it to left center, this one to right center.
Red, white, and blue DC on their chest tonight.
Now, if they win,
they got to wear. If they don't
change the uniforms tomorrow.
I'll jump right out of the window. You got to wear the same uniform tomorrow night. There's Rick Eckstein, the hitting coach. This is Nick Johnson. He's got the spread out stance. Just pick up the front foot, drop it down on that fastball, and drop the head of the bat down for a single.
Leadoff man aboard for the first time tonight. Here's Ryan Zimmerman. Now, you can't wash them either, right? If you win tonight.
No, you wash them. You're not going to wash the luck out of them, but you got to come out with the same thing.
Okay.
You got the fish coming in.
So, okay. I just want to make sure you couldn't wash the luck out of it.
Can't wash your jock. Or your socks. You gotta be stinky there.
Okay.
You gotta represent.
Well, let's hope we have a chance to find out. 1-2 to Zimmerman. Took a breaking ball, a front door breaking ball from Joe Blanton, who's already given up 5 hits. No walks, couple of strikeouts. Leadoff man on here in the 3rd. And Zimmerman can't find that one, way low and away. 3rd strikeout.
The left fielder, number 44,
Replay that last swing right there. Very nice breaking ball by Joe Blanton on the outer half. And right there, Ryan Zimmerman did not go out and get that ball and drive it to right. Thus, victim of a strikeout.
And of course, with a runner at first base and nobody ahead of him, they can still shift just as they would had the bases been empty here against Adam Dunn. Well, it's amazing what pitchers can do when they get ahead, huh? Carve up hitters like that.
Even with this stuff that Joe Blanton has, he's got, I don't want to say 500 or even average stuff. He's got very good major league stuff. It's just not exceptional.
Firestone is a tradition of innovation as we focus in now on Adam Dunn, who's hit 3 home runs for the Nats now and driven in 11. He's way up there in on-base average because of all the walks. Who's walked more than him? How about Manny Ramirez? They're not pitching to him out there. He's walked 12 times.
The Manimal, Manram.
And Adam Dunn just got under that one. It is twilight time here. And Chase Utley will take care of that one for the second
Can you
out.
tell me why they called that a Texas leaguer?
I thought a Texas leaguer is one that falls in Texas League base hit. Probably because those get blown all over the place. They're hard to catch. I thought it had to be a base hit to be a Texas leaguer.
Some they say, oh, that's a big league pop-up. Aren't they all at this level?
Yeah. Well, Adam Dunn's, they go a little higher.
Well, he's a big man.
He has more hang time than Ray Guy used to.
I love Ray Guy.
Here's Elijah Dukes. Hit the ball a mile to center, but it was caught first time.
By the way, their former head coach, John Madden, retired today.
How about John Madden? And the announcer I talked about earlier, 82-year-old Merle Harmon, passed away today. Merle was a great baseball voice for several teams. Worked for NBC for a number of years. I had a chance to work with him with the Texas Rangers back in the late 80s. And truly one of the nicest men you will ever meet in this life. Our best to his son Craig and his family. And on to third base, Feliz throws it to Utley. The Nats are gone in the 3rd. They've had 5 hits and stranded 2 runners. Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. By Aflac. Ask about it at work. And by Honda. You can depend on your Honda dealer for great leases and low financing. Watergate on the left, Kennedy Center. Center of your picture on a beautiful night along the Potomac. Just a little bit northwest of here as we go to the top of the fourth. Chase Utley walked first time up, singles this time up. And the Phillies have their leadoff man for the second straight inning aboard. Here comes Ryan Howard. And when anybody gets on base, the complexion of a ball game can change very quickly. Rob Dibble has been red hot with Aflac trivia.
Aflac!
I love the dog.
First four-sport letterman at UCLA. Now,
Jackie Robinson.
Of course it's Jackie Robinson. But was he the first?
I don't know.
I'm going with Jackie Robinson. We got
It's the
rained
first
down
one I
on
know
Jackie
about.
Robinson
Let's put it that
Day
way.
yesterday.
Exactly. I thought we could bring it. We can't bring it back today.
Why not?
That's probably why we brought the trivia question with us from yesterday.
We could have had some baseball military related questions tonight.
There's the retired Jackie Robinson number out on the left field wall.
A lot of the best players in the 40s were in the service for World War II.
Including Jackie Robinson.
Ted Williams.
Jerry Cole.
Everybody wore number 42 yesterday.
Elvis was in World War II.
Really?
The King. I don't think he fought.
Kept everybody in a good mood.
My wife and I went over to Arlington today.
It's powerful, isn't it?
National Cemetery. Oh, absolutely.
You cannot go there and not be affected. Like going to the Iwo Jima Monument just north of there.
John F. Kennedy's tombstone. Robert Kennedy, unknown soldier. Changing of the guards, intense too.
Now it's a 3-2 count. Nationals have the shift on. This is a situation, as I mentioned earlier, that Ryan Zimmerman just loves. He is begging for a ball to be hit to Anderson Hernandez or Alberto Gonzalez so he can turn a double play. But Utley's going to run and keep them out of that, and Nick will do the right thing and go right to the bag. Zimmerman rotates over to third. Chase Utley's been known to go 180 feet on a play like that. But the bottom line is, Rob, a big out against a big hitter.
Yeah, that was a huge out right there, Bob.
As big as an out can be in the fourth inning. So Howard's 0 for 2.
Manny Acta likes it.
Jim Riggleman alongside Manny Acta. Cool night, 61 degrees at game time. We're probably down in the mid-50s by now. Just a bit of a breeze blowing out toward the left field corner. Martis has only given up 2 hits. He has walked 1, struck out 1, and that's okay because he's pitching to contact.
I'd like to see him be confident enough to lay that 0-0 curveball in there for a strike. You don't need to throw that for an out pitch on your first pitch. Just lay it in there. There you go.
Popped up. Flores back, looking, waiting, catching, 2 outs. Get your red on every Friday night Miller Lite Party Night for just $20 to $22 for premium games. You can get a seat in the scoreboard pavilion, a free drink, soda, water, or beer. Enjoy live music, post-game fireworks. Call 888-632-NATS. Visit nationals.com or come by the box office here at the ballpark. Get your tickets. Day of game parking available. Miller Lite Party Nights on Fridays. And only $2 more for those premium games. Ibanez grounded out to Anderson Hernandez first time up. That's trouble, left center, and the Phillies are on the board. Ibanez makes the turn and stops with an RBI single. It's a 3-1 game.
Well, Raul Ibanez gets a pitch right here on the breaking ball. It's still in the zone. Might not want to throw that curveball in there to a lefty for a strike. So first pitch, Ibanez sees it, likes the different rotation than he saw on the fastball. He grounded out the first at bat, and he deposits it in center for an RBI.
Raul Ibanez, by the way, went over 800 RBIs in this series. He's at 801 with that. Runner at first, 2 outs, and Pedro Feliz the hitter. One thing I've noticed about Chiron Martis tonight, Rob, I like his work rate. He's not standing around on a cool night spending lots of time in between pitches. For the most part, he's keeping his defense involved by working fast. And getting a ground ball to short. Gonzalez, Hernandez, adios to the Phillies in the top of the 4th inning. A run on 2 hits. Nationals on the Adam Dunn homer. And all that jazz, leading 3-1 right down Half Street. Tonight, great view of the ball game and a good result so far, 3-1. Chiron Martis gives up the RBI there in the 4th, but he has kept the damage to a minimum tonight, and he's pitching to contact very well.
Well, and the key is going through the second time through this order. He's not, he's mixing up very well. He's changing speeds, but the key will be getting through that order the 3rd time and turning it over to the bullpen with a lead. That would be kind of a first this year.
And then you get your big bopper to hit one out of the ballpark, and a 3-run cushion on one swing gave the Nats the early lead. And here we go, bottom of the 4th. Austin Kearns will lead off. Kearns, Flores, and Gonzalez in a 3-1 game. The Nats have out-hit the Phillies 5-3.
You don't want to stop scoring runs right now either. It'd be nice to get maybe 1 or 2 more. Let Martis go back out there to finish off the order for the 2nd time through and have some nice confidence going into the 5th or 6th inning.
Kearns hitting the ball sharply. Feliz throws him out. How'd the president's race go tonight? We can't tell you. Teddy did finish. He decided to run the full circuit tonight, but George and, no, that's Tom and Abe battling down to the end. I'm not sure about those shorts or knickers or whatever that was Tom was wearing. He tried to win by a wig, but came up a little short. Jesus Flores first pitch. Left center, Victorino, 2 quick outs. Mentioned the Marlins won again today, 6-2 at Atlanta. Houston a 6-3 winner at Pittsburgh. St. Louis a 7-4 winner at Wrigley against the Cubs. And the Cleveland Indians, who won their 3rd game of the year today, spoiled a little bit of history in the Bronx. The Yankees home opener in their new ballpark, and Cleveland bombed the Yanks 10-2. And guess who the starter was? CC Sabathia. The former Indian.
122 pitches, 5 walks. I got a chance to talk with Grady Sizemore after the game, and he had hit a grand slam, the first grand slam ever hit at Yankee Stadium. They pounded them for 9 runs in the 7th inning.
That ball well hit by Alberto Gonzalez. Pitchers are on the plate. Everybody's swinging early, and this game zips into the 5th inning. Mass in HD, a pretzel, some mustard, a Coke, and a beautiful face and a beautiful Nats pink hat. That young lady is having a great time at the ballpark tonight. We're glad she's here.
I'm loving that pink hat. That's pretty cool.
Those are very nice. Those were cancer awareness hats that we gave out last year. And I think I have an extra one that I might be able to bring to the ballpark from Mrs. Dibble.
She'll wear it.
Okay. I'm glad to see that she's one of the guys, because she'll wear free stuff like us.
If it's free, it's for me, and I'll take 3. That was my motto when I was playing today.
Here's Lou Marson, got a base hit up the middle first time up. Leading off ahead of the pitcher for the second time. Martis has given the Phillies a run on 3 hits. Pretty good pitch count through 4 innings, 53 pitches. 30 strikes, so he's averaging right around 12 pitches per inning. Randy St. Clair has to like that. Lou Marson is from Scottsdale, Arizona, Phillies 4th rounder back in 04. He got his first major league hit last year here against Odalis Perez, and his first major league homer against then Nat Marco Estrada. On September 28th, Nats finished the season at Citizens Bank Park after the Phillies clinched on Saturday. 2-2 pitch. He serves it right field line. It's fair, and the number 8 hitter is 2 for 2. A play at second, throw wide. Marson has a single and a double. And now Joe Blanton could come up and bunt him over to third.
This just should not happen. And 0-2. Should have stood him up at least to let him know, listen, Rook, stop standing in there and getting plate coverage. Now what is he, 4 for his last 6 here?
Yep.
Yeah, that's not going to cut it.
Yeah, that cannot happen on that count to that hitter.
No.
There's a reason guys bat 8th. I'm glad Flores didn't throw the ball, because nobody was at second base, not even the runner or the umpire. Nationals had a wheel play there, and Alberto Gonzalez was heading to third base from shortstop to try to beat Marson, a catcher. You can do this when the catcher is the runner. There it is. And then Zimmerman decides he didn't have time to do that, and he goes to Hernandez, 5-4 in the sacrifice. But the Nationals had designs on third base there.
See how hard our third baseman right here on the X-Mo charges in to get this ball. You see him, he's got his eyes on the bunt as the ball's moving. He knows he's got a little bit of time with the pitcher running, so he's going to use a little bit of leather right there. He's going to check the runner, see if he's got a shot at third. He doesn't, so he takes that easy out to first base.
Jimmy Rollins, the hitter, can make it a 3-2 game with a ground ball up the middle or a fly ball. Did you notice on that replay how Zimmerman was shifting his feet around so that when he made that play with the glove, he was already pivoting toward third base? Well played, but Marson got a good jump.
What they would call surrounding the ball. Even outfielders can surround the ball, turn their bodies, get into position to catch it. A lot of young outfielders, even at lower levels, will catch the ball on the left side of their body and then transfer it over to the right. Well, that takes too much time.
That's another 0-2 pitch that was too hittable. Kearns has no chance. Makes a great throw. That's just too far away. So, Rob, two different hitters in this inning. Martis had him 0-2, one doubled and one hit a sac fly. Now it's a 3-2 game. Austin Kearns has a great arm.
Well, here you see him, though. He catches it on the left side, then transfer. That split second sometimes is the difference. You'll see some of the Gold Glove outfielders catch it on the right side, transfer it on the same side for a split second throw, but that was still a great throw to the plate.
Here's Victorino, and he'll fly one to right. So the Phillies will get single runs in the fourth and the fifth. And halfway through the ball game, the Nationals still lead 3-2. Maybe time to get those bats busy again. Bottom of the fifth coming up. Phillies trailing the Nationals 3-2. Time to pay off our trivia. First four-sport letterman for the University of California at Los Angeles, Jackie Robinson.
He's too easy.
What a great Dodger he was. Pee Wee Reese and some other teammates, white guys, welcomed him to the major leagues. He was one of the most exciting guys to put a bat in his hands or be digging for home. Stole home numerous times in his career. Branch Rickey, the man who brought him to the major leagues. Branch Rickey, the man with the Dodgers and the Cardinals who basically established the minor leagues as we know them today.
And I've spoken numerous times to Don Newcomb, one of Jackie's teammates with the Dodgers. And Don Newcomb talked about how Dr. Martin Luther King Actually, it was 28 days before Dr. King was assassinated, had told Jackie Robinson, Roy Campanella, and Don Newcomb how they had made his job as a civil rights leader easier by what they had done. So that's wow, how much Jackie Robinson meant to the civil rights movement.
So Marta's gone, bottom of the 5th underway. And the hitter will be Anderson Hernandez with Nick Johnson to follow. Good swing by Hernandez, and the Nationals have their 6th base hit. You wonder now if Manny Acta, seeing the Phillies chip away at that 3-run lead that's now just 1, might have some running in mind here, Rob. The Nats have stolen 2 out of 3 bases, and both of those were against the Phillies on Monday afternoon.
Well, Manny's been doing a few more things. He's been putting guys in motion. He's been trying to put up a lot more runs because I don't think he thought the pitching staff could hold down some of these teams in the last week. So put a guy in motion. Hopefully he can get a hit. Go 1st and 3rd. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim usually every year lead the major leagues in that 1st to 3rd category, going about 150 times from 1st to 3rd. Yeah. And that's because you put a lot of guys in motion.
The most recent base stealing stats of significance for Hernandez 2 seasons ago at AAA New Orleans for the Mets. 16 steals, 9 caught stealing. So he was only about 70%. 1-0 to Nick Johnson. Runner holding.
That would have been a good count to probably go on, but as I said before, and I'll say it again, Blanton's got a great move to first. He gets the ball to home plate very quickly in about a second. And even though Marsden's a marginal backup catcher, decent contact hitters we've seen, hard to steal on him.
Short lead. Ask about the Nats. Go to massinsports.com and you can go to the upper right-hand corner and ask us about the Nats. Check out Rob Dibble's latest blog on how pitching and defense win championships. Some of Debbie Taylor's thoughts on Harry Kalas. Manny Acta is regularly communicating with our fans, and in a blog that I'll be posting tomorrow, I'll talk more about Harry Kalas and some of the things that we are thinking about right now, with a great generation of baseball announcers starting to leave us, the likes of which may not be heard again.
You were right, Mr. Carpenter. 2-2. Manny Acta started Mr. Hernandez off towards second base. It also puts pressure on the defense. Guys are moving around to try to cover the guy going to second base. Might give Nick Johnson a chance to sneak a base hit through there, maybe through the hole at second.
Nick knows how to work the count. In that respect, he's an ideal number 2 hitter. Runner holding. Johnson way out ahead. Well, the Mets at home led 3-0 early. The Padres have scored 5 times. So they got Jake Peavy early, and now the Padres, not a great hitting ball club, have gotten to John Maine. Who would have thought that matchup would be a 5-3 game early? Nick Johnson with another base hit. He came into that at bat hitting .333. So Nick Johnson is now hitting .360 with 3 consecutive base hits tonight. And Rob Dibble, these are the sort of things big innings are made of when your guys at the top of the order get hits.
Well, Utley, he's frozen there because of that steal or runner in motion before that, and Nick Johnson just hits it right there in between first and second. So the starting the runner sometimes has the same effect, even though you didn't have to start him there.
Can you address the effect on the opposing pitcher that even the possibility of running poses when you're on the mound?
Well, and Blanton, who does have a great slide step and delivery to home plate, he's still going to try to get the ball to the catcher as quickly as possible, and sometimes he leaves the ball over the plate and makes it a more hittable pitch than if he was just saying, you know, say Nick Johnson's at first. Nick's going to stay there, so I can put a little bit more emphasis on the pitch than worry about the base runner. So speed really will disrupt the pitcher's mind.
Zimmerman ahead, and now it's 2-0. Adam Dunn lurking, And a big inning possibility brewing for the Nationals here.
And one of the things I didn't like, and I didn't like slide stepping, sometimes you lose velocity on the fastball because of that slide step.
But Zimmerman hits a double play ball right to Pedro Feliz. The Nationals have out-hit the Phillies 7-4, lead 3-2. David Willingham, Josh's dad, joins us in a moment. That middle row kind of looks like Einstein, actually, with Abe Lincoln on top. Is you never know what you're going to find in the Nationals team store, and of course there's Teddy. Teddy. So on to the sixth inning. 64 pitches, 37 strikes for Chiron Martis and Rob Dibble. 3-2 game. The big guns coming up. This is a crucial inning for Chiron Martis and for the winless Nats. You're ahead 3-0 after the first inning. It's now 4 innings later, and it's a one-run game. And these guys coming up.
That's a pretty good pitch. Need to work ahead on these next 3 hitters. Very important, even if you have to challenge them, to show that you are not afraid of them.
Utley a walk and a single. Low and away, 2-0. Oh, that's a big break there. A 2-0 pitch and a pop up to center. That's the shortstop, Alberto Gonzalez, on the play. Huge. Get your red on, you college students. During the month of April, you will receive 50% off tickets valued at $10 or more. That applies to all Monday through Thursday non-premium games. Present your valid ID and purchase at the Nationals Park box office on the day of the game. 1 ticket per ID, 50% off. Get your red on. 888-632-NATS or stop by the Nationals Park box office.
Okay, now you can be a little bit more careful with Howard because he's a base clogging entity.
And he can't give them the lead now.
Exactly. So if you do walk him, it's not a big thing. Not a bad pitch right there. Struck him out the first time up with changeups. Do not give this guy anything to hit. Because then you got a righty up, you get a double play ball, get out of the inning.
Second time up, Howard rolled over a weak grounder to Nick Johnson. So he's 0 for 2. After going 2 for 5 with a very damaging 3-run homer on Monday in the Phillies' 9-8 win. 2-1. Ryan Howard's career home runs against different ball clubs: 25 against the Nats, 24 against the Braves, 21 against the Mets, and 19 against the Marlins. He likes this division.
Well, he sees each team 18, 19 times a year. Gets to see those 3, 4, 5 guys in the rotation. He probably beats up on them a lot.
This really isn't a division that has ballparks that favor left-handed batters for the most part, but when this guy hits him, it doesn't matter where he's playing.
I got to tell you, I think some of Ryan Howard's best strengths are to left center field. And he hit that first home run the other day against us this year to left center field out there by the red porch.
Oh, he just flips little fly balls into the seats in Philadelphia. 3-2 pitch, and Martis steps off.
Yeah, he has the most home runs in the major leagues the last 3 seasons, by far over Alex Rodriguez. 153 for Ryan Howard. Wow. Alex Rodriguez 124.
He walked him.
Okay.
That was the 3rd time Ryan Howard's had a full count tonight.
It's like a good foul in basketball.
A good foul. I like it. Jason Worth is 0 for 2.
Now you got to work ahead with Jason and try to get him to hit a pitch on the ground right here.
By the way, that double play the Phillies turned a few minutes ago, their first of the year. It took them 8 games, and that was a big one. Keeping this game close. Good breaking ball for a strike. The Nationals have turned 8 on the year already. Fastball's been hovering around 90 to 92 for Martis this evening. His changeup's been about 82, 83. 90 on that one. Worth was late. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, sometimes also, though, Bob, when you fall in love with a changeup or a breaking ball, it'll take away from your fastball. You know, your arm will get a little bit used to throwing that 82, that 80, and then you need a 95, and it's not there. Right now, the differential's nice at 90, 92, and an 82 changeup, but he was at the point last year where he was throwing 94, 95 with an 82 changeup. A really good differential.
And a pop-up left side. Out goes Gonzalez. Alberto waves everybody off. 2 outs. He's got good range as a shortstop. Now Dukes doesn't need any help in center field, but Adam Dunn will need some help on those now and then in left. And a guy with good range at short can really make a difference.
Well, this is what we call a good mistake. It's a breaking ball that backs up in the zone and it jams Jason Worth. You don't want to get caught too many times throwing a hanging breaking ball right there in the zone.
You know what Jesus Flores just said?
What?
He said Rob Dibble is up there saying that's a good mistake. Don't do it again.
Right. Well, Randy St. Clair, when he looks at that video, is not going to say what I just said. But
yeah,
Julian Tavares warming up. Sometimes when you overthrow a breaking ball, it will actually back up because you've gotten behind it too much. But it jams righties. Lefties, sometimes that ball will leave the ballpark. Wouldn't recommend it to this guy's website.
Ibanez opposite field single last time. A proven RBI man who drove in over 100 for what turned out to be a pretty bad Seattle team last year. 110
Which, by the way,
RBIs.
Seattle off to a great start.
How about them?
West.
Left field, and Dunn will play it on a hop. So it'll be first and second, 2 outs. Now you're down to Pedro Feliz. Righty-righty matchup here.
I have no issue with that either, because once again, Ryan Howard, you need maybe, unless he's running on the swing with 2 outs, maybe 2 hits to score Ryan Howard from second base.
Chiron Martis trying to become the first Nationals pitcher this year to go 6 innings and allow fewer than 4 runs. Feliz, a fly ball to center, ground ball to short. Reaches, comebacker, and Chiron is out of the inning. And that's by far the best 6 innings by any Nats pitcher this year. Adam Dunn's done it once tonight. He will lead off bottom 6. Coming up on the phone with us from down south is Josh Willingham's dad, David. David, welcome to the Nats broadcast tonight.
That's good. I've been watching the game so far. We need to get a couple of runs here. Get the pitch around a little bit.
Can Josh hit the ball as far as Adam Dunn can?
I don't think he can hit it quite as far as Adam Dunn.
You know, you've got an exceptional young man there for your son. We enjoyed getting to know him as a Marlin. We love having him on our ball club. And Josh actually paid tribute to you earlier tonight for his upbringing and what a good family atmosphere you provided. So tell us about Josh as a young man, and did he always dream of playing in the major leagues?
Well, I think he did. Even when he was 7, 8 years old, you know, he always wanted to play baseball. And I think maybe when he was in high school there in Morris Hill High School here in Florence, Alabama, he kind of had the idea that he wanted to play college ball. He took it a step at a time, and after his sophomore year at University of North Alabama, we felt like he probably was going to get drafted.
Was he a rambunctious young man? Because he's got this thing about him where I think he probably could get up to no good real easily.
I don't think so. He's kind of on the quiet side a little bit. So.
Hey, now he brags about what a great outdoorsman and a fisherman he is. Did you teach him all that?
No, you know, I took he's got a little brother too, John, and I took him fishing when they were younger, and he just kind of stayed with it. But he can catch a few bass. He caught a few in spring training when I was down there for a couple of days.
Was there a moment when he was young where you just said, this kid's got a little bit more than the rest of the kids I've seen, and he's going to go places?
He always had a quick swing, a short swing, this little quick swing, and all the coaches back then said, you know, he can hit, best hitter they'd seen when he was 9 or 10 years old. So he kind of dedicated himself, and we kind of felt like he could hit the ball. We didn't dream this was going to happen, you know, but after he got a little older, we kind of felt like he would.
We're looking at some of the pictures from when Josh was young. That looks like little brother there. And I would assume he played different positions, and I know he played some shortstop. How did he eventually settle in to become an outfielder? Because I heard that Josh also did some catching along the way.
Yeah, he actually did. He played shortstop his whole life when he was younger, and he actually was caught a little bit when he was like 8 years old. But he was always a shortstop coming up. When the Marlins drafted him, they played him short for a week, then they put him at third base. They had a guy named Miguel Certain. He wasn't going to pass him. So they put him at third base, and I kind of give Jeff Torbo credit that made a catch right of him because they felt like he could hit, and they asked him if he would be willing to come to, I think it's extra, maybe in October with the Marlins. And Torbo said, let's come down here and try to make a catcher, and he said, I think I'll do that. So, you know, he went through those steps of learning, and he also worked under Ivan Rodriguez that next year in spring training, so he had a pretty good teacher there.
Hey, David, we want to thank you for your time tonight. We think an awful lot of Josh. We're glad he's part of the ball club, and you have our word. We're going to get him some more at-bats here pretty soon.
I think you will. Y'all do a good job. You know, the two Robs, Dibble sounds pretty good on the radio also. So
Thank you, sir.
Every day on XM radio. So we do watch all your games and looking forward to the year.
All right, David, our best to your family. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Josh Willingham's dad, David, from Alabama tonight. Little insight on Josh, and we're certainly glad he's a part of our ball club. And Manny Acta said yesterday he is dying to get Josh Willingham more at-bats because he's a professional hitter, and any Major League ball club needs all those guys you can get.
Well, I think the fact that Lasting's Millage has been sent back to Syracuse and the fact that Josh is just an exceptional player, he's going to get some more playing time.
How about Joe Blanton? He gave up 3 runs by the time the 4th batter against him hit tonight. And the Nationals have had 4 hits since, but very, very little. Kearns will hit one down the line. That'll rattle around in the corner. And Austin Kearns has his 4th base hit of the year. He, of course, has the home run. That's his 2nd double. So of his 4 hits, 3 have gone for extra bases.
The one thing about Joe Blanton, he's a great guy to throw in the middle of your rotation, a 3-4 guy, 3.5 ERA and 27 starts out of 32 last year. And he just gets a pitch up in the zone right there. Austin Kearns getting a few more reps now himself out in the outfield, getting more at bats. A little bit more comfortable.
Hit that ball well, had some good hook on it. And here's Jesus Flores, who's 0 for 2. Jesus Flores last year, when he drove in 59 runs, thrived on 2-out RBI situations. And he also hit .312 against the National League East. He had 7 game-winning RBIs last year when he hit .256. So situations like this were just those when Jesus was at his best.
Well, and the thing with getting 2-out hits too is, like, working the count right here, 2-0, you got to be looking for a fastball, but taking a fastball away from you the other way for just a single.
Taking on the way outside corner.
You know this guy's a predominantly fastball guy, so you got to look for a pitch that you can just drive on a line just for a single. You almost have to give yourself up to take that RBI 2-out single right here. Some guys will try to jack a home run and pop it up.
Left-hander Mike Hinckley. 2-1 to Flores. Chiron Martis pitch count pretty reasonable for 6 innings. He's at 83 pitches, 52 strikes. The bottom 2 in the order are coming up, but the number 8 man, Marson, has given him trouble tonight. You figure the Phillies will probably hit for Blanton in the 7th. So a lot of things are happening that have not yet crept their way into the box score here. Way outside, 3-2.
Well, it'd be nice to get a run or two, get to Chiron's spot in the order with maybe a guy on third or something where you have to pinch hit for him, get the bullpen into the game in the 7th with the lead.
Which has not happened this year. 3-2, runner at second, 2 outs. Flores takes it low, good at bat by Jesus. And now you've got the contact man, Alberto Gonzalez, coming in. That's the first walk of the night by Joe Blanton. Tonight's copyrighted telecast presented by Authority, the Washington Nationals. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, in the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the expressed written consent of the Washington Nationals. Alberto Gonzalez, 2 for 5 on the year. A base hit to right center, back in the 2nd, fly ball to right, Josh Willingham. So David can anticipate a possible at bat here for his son in the bottom of the 6th. Off speed, 2-0.
Another thing, Bob, is Maniacta can't figure out what his bullpen is going to do in the future, meaning the roles, what role I'm going to put a guy in the 7th, 8th, and 9th if they don't pitch in with the lead or pitch in a lot of tie ball games. So that's been a difficult thing for the last 7 games, trying to figure out, you know, what distinction each guy is going to have in the bullpen.
Isaiah Flores could get a much bigger lead off of first than where he is right now. Ryan Howard's 30 feet behind him, so he edges off. Gonzalez takes it upstairs, 3-0, and there's the possibility of Josh Willingham batting with the bases loaded. Phillies bullpen busy. Right down the middle.
I think once Maniacta could give guys their job, their description of what their job's going to be, it's easier to prepare yourself when you come to the ballpark every day.
On the borderline, man, that looked wide. 3-2. Well, you got to swing the bat now if it's close. Gonzalez is a contact hitter. With the runners moving, and a fly ball to right for Worth. And the Nationals are going to strand their 4th and 5th runners. Will Martis come out for the 7th? 3-2 Nationals. I'd like to see maybe a rally a half inning from now. Here's our game summary. Adam Dunn, the big blow of the game. A 3-1 homer, bottom of the first after singles by Nick Johnson and Ryan Zimmerman. Nick's 3 for 3. He's now batting .360. Chiron Martis, very good through 6. He will continue to pitch. And that one's not coming back.
No. Fastball inner half, couple of guys on base. Is that the upper tank?
Yeah, we mentioned here back in spring training that Adam Dunn will hit home runs into the second deck in right and right center, where nobody has hit the ball yet in the history of this ballpark. And if he pulls one down the line, he might reach the third deck.
Yeah.
Now, can Martis get Marson out? Ball one. Lou Marson, a single and a double. Greg Dobbs in the on-deck circle, one of the best pinch hitters in the league. Next for Blanton, 2-0. And it looks like the leash might be pretty short on Chiron Martis here in the seventh.
Well, remember what I said about, you don't want to hurt this guy's confidence. He's thrown a great game. There's no reason to leave him out there. Chance to get the loss.
There you go on a 2-0 pitch. Easy pop-up.
I'll take that.
For Anderson Hernandez, 1 out.
Beautiful.
Here comes Dobbs.
Well, I think you leave him out there until he gets a base runner on. But you want to make sure that he's getting everything confidence-wise out of this start.
Last year, Greg Dobbs hit .355 as a pinch hitter, had 22 hits. Looks like Manny's got the hook. 6 1/3 is the longest outing by a Nationals pitcher this year. And Mike Hinckley will get the call. Chiron Martis looking for his second major league win. He pitched well enough to beat anybody in this league tonight. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. By Firestone, a tradition of innovation. And by Acura. Acura Advance. How about that super slow-mo? And some fans enjoying a nice ball game tonight. Now the Nationals, by bringing in Mike Hinckley, have just forced Charlie Manuel to burn Greg Dobbs. Eric Bruntlett will pinch hit for him. Bruntlett's a good part-time player, but he's not nearly the hitter Greg Dobbs is. Bruntlett hit .217 last year.
Yeah, he's not really a pinch hitter extraordinaire. He's more of a glove man. Still don't want to make a mistake, though, right here.
Hinckley falls behind. Up and away, 2-0. Mike Hinckley, 26 years of age. Trying to get up to 3 innings pitched this year if he can get these 2 outs here. Probably stay in to turn Jimmy Rollins around to the right side next. Well, these guys are hacking on 2-0, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
That's
we
the
like
count.
that. They've
That's the
given us
count
a
when
few,
Marson popped up.
They've given us a few gifts early. Like it.
Julian Tavares, Joe Beimel. Those guys are on your staff. They're going to be your 8th inning guys. 2-1 pitch, Hinckley. Great breaking ball.
That's how you stay in the big leagues right there. You're behind 2-1. You locate a breaking ball. Very nice. This is the pitch tracks right here. Northrop Grumman. 2-1. Most guys throw fastball. Mike Hinckley throws a great breaking ball. Finish him off right here, Mike.
He does. Ground ball right side. Big hop. Hernandez. 2 outs. Up to the top for Jimmy Rollins now. Get Jarrett on. April 20th to the 22nd. The Braves will be here. They're coming in next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And April 21st is T-Shirt Tuesday. Great red T-shirts. There's a look at it. First 10,000 fans of the ballpark. A Natstown T-shirt. 888-632-NATS. Visit nationals.com. And our ladies from the marketing office told us earlier tonight they have 3 different sizes for the T-shirts this year. Medium, large, and extra large. The fans requested smaller sizes, and the Nats are delivering. So come on by for our first T-shirt Tuesday next week against the Braves. Jimmy Rollins 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. Jimmy Rollins is 4 for 35. One and two.
What happens with that last at bat? Bruntlett saw those big breaking balls when he was behind, and that'll put the thought in Rollins' head about that ball.
Let him reach it.
And that's why he didn't offer it the fastball, because you're looking, going, wow, that guy, he's confident enough to throw a 2-1 breaking ball. So not only does it help you with the guy you're facing, it helps you with the guy on deck and everybody in that dugout.
1 and 2. This would be a great out going into the 7th inning stretch. Nationals have limited the Phillies to 5 hits tonight. Only 1 since the 5th inning. And Martis didn't give up a hit until the 3rd. Managers will tell you can't manage when you're behind every night. You're in a salvage operation. That'll be easy for Kearns. And we are going to the 7th inning stretch. There goes Mike Hinckley running off the field after getting 2 very important outs.
Mariano Rivera or Brad Lidge?
Well, that's a two-way question. I'd probably rather face Brad Lidge, but I think Mariano is, one of the best in the game.
Davey Taylor with some very pressing questions, putting Josh Willingham on the spot as we cover the bases with the guy from Alabama. I'm shocked that he took country music and fishing during that interview.
The Inquisition. She would have been good back in that era.
Yeah. What a good kid. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. Josh Willingham. He is hitless as a national.
But if he picks country, he probably doesn't listen to reggae or hip-hop.
Debbie, were there any outtakes from that conversation?
No, but what I can tell you, which you guys probably already know, is that his nickname is the Hammer, and he got that from a minor league coach because his original nickname was Willie, but there was another player on the team, Josh Wilson, who we all know, who was nicknamed Willie, so he had to go with a different one. His minor league coach called him.
Yeah, I don't associate that with Willie, so I'm glad he got the Hammer. Because he just doesn't look like a Willie.
Chad Durbin takes over for the Phillies. 31-year-old right-hander who appeared in 71 games last year, pitched nearly 88 innings. With an ERA of 2.87. You need guys like that to win a championship.
Oh yeah, Willie Keeler. Josh the Hammer.
Josh Willingham is a .266 career hitter. And last year for the Marlins, despite missing 50 games with a strain of his lower back, he still hit .254. He was hitting .341 at the time of his injury. So that'll wrap up the line on Chiron Martis. 6 in the third, 2 runs, 5 hits, 2 walks, a strikeout. And by far the best start by any Nationals pitcher in the first 8 games of this season. Willingham, Hernandez, and Johnson here. And Josh will take it in there from Durbin. Drafted by the Marlins in 2000, 17th round, 5.5 years in the minors. He hit 91 homers and hit .278 during that time. 21 homers, 89 RBIs for the Marlins in 07 after 26 and 74 the year before that. He also had 28 doubles that year. And Josh, in his career, homers about every 22 at bats. Big breaking ball up, and he couldn't get it. 2-2.
The guy he's facing, Chad Durbin, most guys come up to the big leagues as starters. Sometimes the only way you can stick is out of the bullpen, and that's where he's found a home.
Up and in.
2006, 28 starts down on the farm with Toledo, came up to the big leagues, went in the bullpen. Then he made 19 starts with the Tigers, 36 out of the pen.
Willingham hits this ball a long way, and he has homered into the bullpen. Josh Willingham. How do you like that down in Alabama, David? And the Nationals lead 4-2. His 64th career home run.
Here's the Expo replay. Head down. It's a fastball up in the zone where you don't want to be with a fastball hitter. And Willingham jacks him out of the park.
Well, how about that? I guess we're going to have to talk to Dad every night now. Top of the order, Anderson Hernandez 1 for 3, and the Nats have a 2-run lead. The Nationals in the pinch hitting department this year were 3 for 16 with 1 RBI. Obviously their first pinch hit homer of the year. I can smell a post-game interview in the offing. As if we haven't had enough of Josh tonight. And here's a 3-0 now to Anderson. He takes a fastball in it.
That's a huge run, though. Huge insurance run.
And you know, Rob, you look up at the scoreboard. Again, the Nationals have 9 hits tonight. They've been averaging 9 hits a game through these first 8 ball games, and they're averaging 5 runs a game. So Hernandez is aboard, and now with Johnson, Zimmerman, and Dunn coming up, Washington might be thinking about some insurance here.
Hey, any more runs you can get right here, the bullpen will take them. You want to try to get your first win any way you can. If you got to do it 10-2, 5-2, it doesn't matter. You need a win.
This is the first time Maniac has been able to set up his bullpen this year. So Hinckley got him through the 7th after Martis got the first out of that inning. Now he has a choice of Tavares and Beimel. And right now Beimel's the only one throwing, but Tavares could be ready at a moment's notice. Nick Johnson is 3 for 3 tonight. Started the night hitting .273. He's now batting .360.
I wanted to talk about Nick Swisher for a chance. Josh Willingham's that type of player where he's got to hit to get in the lineup. Nick Swisher's hit .429, 4 homers, 11 RBI. And when they made all those moves with the Yankees, they almost traded him. But if you hit the ball and you put some production up on the board, they'll find a place for you. So if Josh Willingham starts to hit, they're going to find a place for Josh in the lineup.
Nick Johnson, another great swing. And Hernandez scrambles back to first. Nick Johnson has hit the ball on the button 4 times tonight.
Well, he was 3 for 3 before that last at bat, and finished the thought on Nick Swisher. Now Xavier Nady comes up with a bad elbow. You're going to be in the starting lineup every day. This is Nick Johnson hitting in the 2-hole all night. You see him spread out. Barely even picks that foot up. I don't even think he picks it up anymore. He just kind of rotates it, hit it on the line. Wanted the 4 for 4, but you know what? He's still hitting the heck out of the ball.
He is locked in right now.
Yep.
Here's Zimmerman, 1 for 3 with a base hit. Wouldn't mind seeing the runners start moving here with 1 out. What are you going to do? Take the bat out of Zimmerman's hands and let them face Dunn?
It's Julian Tavares.
And he's warm. If he picks up a ball, he could be ready in about 5 pitches.
I don't think he needs to warm up. I think if he got his 7 out on the mound, he'd be ready to go.
Yeah, you're right. Hernandez holding. Zimmerman hooks it down the line, and it hooks about 20 feet short of the pole.
Straighten it out, Zim.
Ryan Zimmerman hit a home run to straightaway center field here in his final at bat on Monday.
Is that last swing? He gets a tailing fastball down and in. Just a little early.
No balls, 1 strike. Hernandez, not a real big lead. But this is good because you've got your big hitters up, and the pitcher is just a little preoccupied with holding on a fast runner.
Well, and Chad Durbin doesn't want to get to Adam Dunn on deck, so Zim makes you a good pitch.
A little flare, not catchable.
I think it's Scott Air warming up down there.
Yeah, there's no way Durbin faces Adam Dunn here.
But in his mind, he's not worried about Scott Air. He's going, oh, you got Dunn on deck. There's only 1 out. Trust me, I've been there. You think those thoughts. That's actually when you make a mistake.
That's actually Jack Tashner, who warmed up last inning. They have 3 lefties. We should have had left-handers night here at the ballpark. Anybody left-handed gets in for $5 off because there are 6 left-handed relievers in these bullpens.
I like that. A lot of options.
That ball bounces, and Hernandez takes off delayed, and he's out by plenty. That ball never got far enough away from Lou Marson. He would have had to be running with the pitch to make second base. Well, what kind of night does Lou Marson have?
Right here, you're going to see a great stop by Lou Marson, a backup catcher. He picks it up. It's right in his pocket. Fires a great strike to Chase Utley. Here's the Exmo Hernandez's slide, but the throw's already there. Nice tag by Chase Utley. You also see Chase blocking the base with his leg.
1-2 to Zimmerman. You know, in Hernandez's defense, how many times does a catcher come up with that ball cleanly right in his hands?
Not that
very
many.
often.
I'll say 50% of the time, maybe 40. That was a really lucky grab by Marshall.
Zimmerman takes ball 3 low.
Especially a catcher who's known more for his hitting than his defensive prowess back there.
Zimmerman walks. He's aboard with 2 outs. Second walk of the inning by Durbin. Probably his last pitch. Charlie Manuel's coming out very slowly. He's got to have a left-hander, and it's Adam Dunn who did that to Joe Blanton back in the first inning.
Yeah, Charlie Manuel saw the swing and that ball fly out of the park, so he's not going to let him face Dunn tonight.
So here we are in the bottom of the 7th inning. Durbin gives the ball to his manager. Jack Tashner's about to get it. Lefty-lefty matchup when we bring you back to Nationals Park. Pretty girl and a couple of long home runs here at the ballpark on a cool night. Adam Dunn early, Josh Willingham, that pinch hit homer. By the way, the second pinch hit homer of his major league career.
Well, it was huge, and we're going to break it down here in a second. Here's the Exmo on this swing. You see the eyes following the rotation of that ball. Head down, makes connection right there. He's got full extension, and now he can go into his home run trot.
There are no cheap home runs in this ballpark. That was a towering drive that just did get into the bullpen.
No, and off of Chad Durbin, a righty on righty with power. That was a very big home run for this team.
So the Nats have dialed long distance for all their runs tonight. And it'll be left-hander Jack Tashner pitching in his 3rd game to take on Dunn with Zimmerman at first. Ryan Howard will hold him. And you can afford to do that when you have a shift on against a big left-handed pull hitter. Adam Dunn tonight, 1 for 3, 3-run homer, a pop up to second, called out on strikes. And everybody's in scoring position when this guy bats. 1 ball, 1 strike, hard-breaking ball, low and away.
Well, even if Adam can just get a double either way, pull one down the line on a curveball, hit one a fastball down the left field line, we'd like to see Ryan Zimmerman come all the way around.
Well, if he goes to left center or down the left field line, he'll score because there's lots of room in both places. That's a strike on a fastball.
Sometimes a good thing with 2 outs, you're running on contact. As soon as the guy, you hear that crack of the bat, you're off and running.
And of course, that's why Charlie Manuel has it. Ryan Howard holding Ryan Zimmerman. Dunn swings and misses. Bottom of the 7th is over, but the Nats get a big run. Josh Willingham pitch hitting in the number 9 spot. Second career pitch hit home run. Nationals lead 4-2. Coming up, Maniacta setting up his bullpen and his defense here. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock on Masson 2, John Lennon and Ricky Nolasco. The Nats scored 5 runs on Ricky, 4 earned on opening day, but when the other team scores 12, he didn't have much trouble getting help from his bullpen. John Lennon gets the call, and he's 0-2. John trying to bring down that 10-point ERA. We'll get you going at 6:30. That's Extra with Johnny Holiday and Ray Knight.
Chiron Martis, he doubled his fun tonight. So first outing, 3 innings tonight. More than 6 in the 3rd. Here you see the lefty setup guy extraordinaire, Joe Beimel.
And Roger Bernardina is a fantastic left fielder with great speed. He'll play left. Adam Dunn out of the game as the Nats double switch. So if you are scoring, Dunn is out. The pitcher is batting 4th, and Bernardina is batting 9th. Philly batter Shane Victorino batting right-handed. Victorino tonight 0 for 3. Change up by Joe Beimel. 2 balls, 1 strike. Chase Utley, Ryan Howard. This ball game is far from over.
Well, this is the type of inning. This is why you signed Joe Beimel.
And you cannot walk this hitter.
No, you cannot. Start off the 8th inning right here. You cannot walk the leadoff guy with Chase Utley standing on deck.
You have to challenge him, Anders, at 35 career home runs. Right in there, 3-2. And Victorino's a smart hitter. He knows a walk's as good as a hit. He was taking on 3-1. Beimel from the third base side of that pitching rubber. Full count. Threw him a strike and got an easy fly ball to left for Roger Bernardina, who can play center, who can play left, but everybody in the organization considers him a very exceptional left fielder.
Well, as a pitcher, what sometimes makes your job easier is when Shane Victorino goes out of the zone, expands his own zone there to lead off an inning. 3-2 pitch, ball 4 on the outer half, and he went out and tried to hit it. and he popped it up. So sometimes you're thanking a hitter for wanting to expand the zone, but as a pitcher, you know, Bob, they want to hit. They want to be the heroes.
And now that you've retired the right-handed switch hitter, you have two lefty-lefty matchups. And the key now is keeping Chase Utley off base so that Ryan Howard cannot tie the game.
Well, that's exactly. And you talk about Manny Acta. You can't really manage when you're losing every game and you're coming from behind trying to catch a team. Right here, now he gets a chance to actually manage a little bit, gets what he wanted, the righty to pop out. Now he's got the lefty on lefty matchup.
Utley takes a fastball right in there. Bimel's off speed stuff about 81 miles an hour. That fastball 86. But usually everything a left-hander throws moves.
And his does. And he's got great deception. He hides the ball well. Throws across his body. He does everything a lefty should do.
Right in there. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Trust me, I guarantee lefties are very uncomfortable standing up against a guy like Joe Beimel. With that good changeup, that fastball at 87 looks 95. They don't like to not see the ball coming out of a pitcher's hand.
Utley is actually human when you're ahead 1-2. I was starting to wonder. Big, slow, breaking ball for the strikeout. Joe Beimel strikes out, one of the best hitters in the league. And now Ryan Howard is up 2 outs and 2 runs down.
Well, and Shane Victorino's pop-up gives Joe Beimel a little bit more confidence in his stuff right there. This is the nasty out-pitch breaking ball by Joe Beimel. 70, no shot. Look at the rotation with the Exmo. He gets on top, throws it. No chance for Chase Utley, even one of the best hitters in the league. Looks bad on that pitch.
Great tumbling action on that shot. Here's Howard, 0 for 2 with a walk. When you consider this area of the Philadelphia lineup, it's almost like getting a save in the 8th inning facing these guys. Joe Hanrahan is starting to throw, anticipating a first save opportunity of the year. Beimel just missing, low and inside to Howard, and he's really pinpointing the ball well right now.
Oh, well, now he's kind of locked in, and he's feeling it. He's regaining his mental edge because he's finally in a save situation here. 4-2 in the 8th inning. This is where Joe makes his living. He's excited too.
Big breaking ball. Howard way out in front of it.
And our younger pitchers can learn from even a guy like Joe Beimel, Julian Tavares. That's why these veteran guys are so big. He didn't break out the big out pitch until he was so far ahead of Chase Utley. Then he pulled it out of his bag of tricks. And our guys have been going right to it the first trip through the lineup. They need to hold back on some of their best stuff.
No hits against Beimel in his career.
And there was that big out pitch that I was talking about. Get ahead, and the farther ahead you are, the more that a Ryan Howard or Chase Utley is going to look bad on that great breaking ball from a guy like Beimel. We don't want to see him this inning. Save him for our righty in the night.
Bases empty, 2 outs, and a 2-2 to Ryan Howard. Target outside corner. Breaking ball popped up. Center field, Elijah Dukes. And the bullpen doing the job so far tonight. 3 outs to go against Victorino, Utley, and Howard. A 1-2-3 for Beimel. Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. And by PNC Bank. PNC leading the way. Right along the docks in Georgetown on the Potomac. Beautiful evening. And the Nats lead 4-2, bottom of the 8th coming up. Elijah Dukes, Austin Kearns, and Jesus Flores. Charlie Manuel stays with his left-hander, Jack Tashner, against these 3 batters. So obviously he has some good off-speed stuff. And I did get a text message about the Texas Leaguers you were asking about. The ball travels so well in Texas in the summer heat. Outfielders play so deep, and so all those blue hits would fall in front of them. Thus the Texas Leaguers. These days, no ball player wants to be known as a Texas Leaguer because that's Double-A.
Right, you are, but in that Texas League, a lot of guys hit a lot of home runs.
There's a lot of good baseball played out there. Amarillo, El Paso, Round Rock, Tulsa. Up and away, 3-0 to Elijah Dukes. Green light here, up by 2 runs.
Absolutely.
He's swinging. Did he get enough of it? It's way upstairs. It's heading for the bullpen on a 3-0 pitch. The Nationals homer again. And for Elijah, his 2nd of the year.
He did have the green light. Look at the Exmo concentration. Even got jammed. That's how strong that man is. Pitch on the inner half. He still jacked it out of here.
Man,
one
that is some kind of strong.
Man. Yes, he is. Just let him go. Let him play.
Elijah Dukes with his 25th career home run.
He was out here for an hour before the game, like at 2 o'clock, hitting, and more hitting.
I talked at length with Rick Eckstein during batting practice today about what he looks for when he's standing behind the cage watching guys take their cuts in batting practice. He said he looks for 2 things primarily as Kearns pops it up behind the mound. And Chase Utley, who's the quarterback out there, takes charge. But Rick said he first looks for a hitter's setup. And then he said something interesting, Rob. He looks for where the batting practice pitches are, where they come into the hitter, and then after they're hit, do they go where they should based on the location of those pitches? So if you see pitches up and away and a guy's trying to hook them to left field, that's not good BP.
And I like that. And I also watched Rick Eckstein today. He was flipping the ball underhand from the cage right in front of pitcher's mound, and I was actually asked by someone up here, why was he doing that?
Yeah.
And he was doing that to get Nick Johnson to hit it to left field, to get Elijah Dukes to drive the ball to right field, because once you're comfortable getting extension and then you get a pitch like Elijah just got, you're able to do what you're supposed to with that pitch, which is hit it over the fence to left field.
And by the way, Nick Johnson's first base hit tonight, left center.
Yes.
And then when they pitched him inside, he pulled 2 base hits up the right side.
It's getting your brain to be able to switch on and off. Okay, that pitch is away, I'll go away with it if I'm left-handed. If it's inside, I pull it down the line for a double.
Jesus Flores 0 for 2 with a walk. And that homer, of course, puts the Nats up by 3. Still a safe situation for Joel Hanrahan. But the bottom line is you're ahead by at least 3 runs going into the 9th. And Ryan Howard made the last out. That one gets by Flores, and the count's 2-2. But what we just saw from Joe Beimer was one of the better 8th inning pitching jobs you will see. That's in there. Flores fooled on the pitch, 81 miles an hour, and he could not pull the trigger. That's the 2nd out here in the 8th. Look for the best value in Northern Virginia. Part of Uncle Slam's stimulus package. Our buddies, the Potomac Nationals, want you to be there. Saturday fireworks back at Fitzner Stadium. See the future stars of your Washington Nats and the area's best fireworks. The next one is April 18th, this Saturday. As always, tickets start at just $8. 703-590-2311 or PotomacNationals.com. Gonzalez down the line, and how about Alberto Gonzalez hitting a ball out of here? That is his second major league home run. He hit one for the Nats last year off Julian Tavares, of all people, when the Nats were at Atlanta. Every run coming on the long ball tonight.
Well, Gonzalez gets a ball in the inner half, a fastball. Right there, he's not looking base hit. He was looking four-bagger. He gets a nice home run. Couldn't have picked a better time.
He led off the 7th inning last September 7th off Julian Tavares of the Braves with his first major league homer. And he gets Jack Tashner here. Of all people, to homer. And here's Roger Bernardino.
Well, and Alberto's happy because, like I said before about Josh Willingham, you start hitting the ball like that all the time, you're going to get in the lineup. They'll find a place on the field for you.
Bernardino is 24 years of age. Hit .250 for the Nationals in spring training with a couple of RBIs. 5 of his 8 hits went for extra bases.
But you said his defense is exceptional.
He's
That'll
really
keep him up here.
Not a bad pair of legs to have coming off the bench late for a pinch running situation either.
Team coming in here, they have their Bonifacio speedster. Well, we've got a lot of speed in that dugout.
That's right.
Can't teach speed.
No longer a safe situation for Joel Hanrahan, but he needs the work. He's going to pitch anyway. He needs to go in and treat it like a safe situation.
Hey, as a former closer, you never care if your team closer's safe. If they want to score a bunch of runs, go right ahead. Just want to win the ball game.
The Nationals have hit 4 home runs tonight, driving in all 6 runs. And next up is Anderson Hernandez. Right back here tomorrow. That one is Japanese. The last time the Nationals hit 4 home runs in a game, it was last year against the Braves in late May. And a 1-1, top of the order. Hernandez, a throw over. He's off and running. Is Gonzalez. He is in there easily, or rather Bernardino. And how fast was he from first to second base? The Nationals have their 3rd stolen base of this series. This guy can fly.
Oh, I like it. This is a track star. This young man on first base. First look, first movement off of Taxner or whatever his name is.
That's Jack Tashner.
Jack Tashner. And
I like the hard spikes first slides.
Oh, yeah.
Change up.
No art. Yeah, only one day after tax day. I'm still thinking about how much I paid the tax man. The Taxner. Taxing me again. But no, I'm liking our young guys. They got a lot of speed, a lot of enthusiasm.
A well-played game tonight for sure. 3 outs to get.
Oh, it ain't over yet, Bob.
The Nats are up by 4. But you like the momentum they have right now. And Gonzalez with a little base hit. Here comes Bernardina. The throw by Worth. No contest. 7-2 Washington. And production up and down the batting order tonight.
I've been out there on the hill for nights like this, and no matter what you throw up there, they whack it out there. Jason Worth, a great arm, but look at this jump. Bernardina, he knows he's got great speed, a couple of outs already, and he's just flying home, and then he can just ease up as he scores the 7th run for the Nats tonight.
Johnson, 4 line drives tonight. One of them caught by the shortstop, all the others into the outfield. The Nationals have 7 runs on 12 hits now. The great thing about this for those of us up in the booth, Rob Dibble can now end his hunger strike, and he won't be so cranky like he's been for the last week and a half.
Good one.
Low and away, 2-1. What a night for Nick. Oh, he's swinging well. You know, this is a pretty good lineup to be hitting second. And I know what Manny's thinking, because Nick Johnson can move the ball around the field. He's got a great batting eye. He'll take a walk. Manny right here gets to see him against a lefty. There may be a little future reference, a little lab work right here, because you wonder if Nick Johnson would bat second if there was a tough left-handed starter like a Cole Hamels on the mound. And by the way, because of the rainout, the Nationals miss Cole Hamels in this series. With the runner going, a walk, and it's 2 on, 2 out. Ryan Zimmerman coming up.
Charlie's seen enough, I think. Or is that Rich Doobie? Rich Doobie going out, going up. Come on.
A lot of action left on this homestand. The Marlins are coming in for 3. The Braves will be here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. T-shirt Tuesday next week. 888-632-NATS or nationals.com for tickets. And for our Spanish-speaking friends, losnacionales.com. Ricky Nolasco, John Lannon tomorrow night. Look out, it's Josh Johnson, former teammate Scott Olson, matching up again on Saturday. Chris Volstad and Daniel Cabrera Sunday. Now, originally Sunday was supposed to be Jordan Zimmerman. He may be pitching Monday night against the Braves now, because of the rain out yesterday. J.A. Happ. Jack Tashner's having a horrible time trying to close out this inning.
Oh, I'm sure J.A.'s real happy about having to get up and maybe get into this game.
You know what? That's the Phillies' problem. We've had plenty of this.
I'm the last guy to be saying, hey, don't break out their entire bullpen tonight.
How many times have the Nats been in this situation?
There on the mound with J.A. Happ right now going, geez, and I was nice and toasty warm in my jacket.
Yeah. Zimmerman takes one off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ryan 1 for 3 with a base hit, a run scored, and a walk. Ronnie Belliard's available again. Manny said that Christian Guzman could have pinch hit tonight in an emergency situation.
Yeah, he was in that early BP group with Belliard and Dukes. They were hitting the ball all over the place. They look fine.
He said Guzman could be back in the lineup Saturday. They might want to give him 1 more day. One and 2 to Ryan. 2 on. And he took a big time cut. They're in the 7th inning now. The Padres are still leading at New York 6-3 against the Mets. Florida won today. And the Marlins will bring an 8-1 record into this ballpark tomorrow night. Zimmerman broken back up the middle, base hit. Hernandez scores. Nationals lead 8-2. And Ryan Zimmerman has a 2-for-4 night with his 8th RBI. And then Ronnie Belliard will be the 9th National to bat in the inning, and it'll be against a new pitcher.
Well, we used to say it died a hero as that bat just breaks right on the handle, but it's an RBI single by Ryan Zimmerman right back up the middle. See Anderson Hernandez pulling up a little bit. He doesn't have to.
J.A. Happ will have to come into this game, and he is not. Four runs in, bottom of the 8th inning. Ronnie Belliard about to hit for the pitcher. And let's have a look at our fourth drive of the game. It came, about 2 hours and 20 minutes ago. Adam Dunn, a 3-run first inning homer.
Well, Joe Blanton, I think he's already inside. He probably saw that replay on the TV set inside, and he's still not happy about it. Wants it back.
The big blow of the game that really got the Nats going tonight. And it's good to see Ronnie Belliard able to get back in after straining his lower back several days ago. Ronnie on the season 1 for 8. 2 on, 2 out. Just an ideal situation for Manny, getting his bullpen lined up, getting Josh Willingham in at bat, then he homered, getting Roger Bernardina in at bat. He walked, stole, and scored, and now 1 for Ronnie Belliard as well. And a night when you didn't have to call on Christian Guzman.
Well, and big for Chiron Martis. You got him the 3 runs in the bottom half of the first inning. He was able to battle his way all the way to the 7th inning. And then they blew it open from that point on. 5 runs in the last 2 innings.
Pop fly in the infield to the pitcher. That'll do it. 9 Nationals bat, 4 score. Duke's a leadoff homer. And then of all people, Alberto Gonzalez 2 outs later right down the line. The Nats would add 2 more and lead by 6 into the ninth. $20,494 paid. And a lot of them will stick around to visit with Byron Kerr and Ray Knight. The boys are getting ready for Nats Extra Post Game. It's presented to you by Verizon Fios. As usual, Ray feeding Byron all of his funny lines. And we look forward to watching those guys get it done after the game. Ray's finally going to have something to smile about tonight.
We love Rock.
Yeah. Logie.
Look at all right, Ray, it's not over yet, buddy. Three more outs. And here's Joel Hanrahan to get those. This is fine with Joel. He's a team guy. No safe situation. You're up by 6. Bear down, get 3 outs, and get out of here. On a fastball up and in, a pop-up. Way up there. It's the catcher, Flores.
Oh, that's impressive.
Zimmerman caught the mask, and Flores caught the ball. How about that? You know, that extra infield practice today really paid off.
This is, for all young catchers at home, how you catch a pop-up in the major leagues as a catcher. Turn your back to the field, throw your mask to the third baseman. No, I'm kidding. And then make the grab.
I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to throw it to a teammate in fair territory.
You're supposed to throw it off the side of the field, but hey, catch the ball. That's the bottom line.
The hitter is Raul Ibanez, 2 for 3 tonight. He's had a good series. Ibanez has 4 hits in his last 5 at-bats, starting with a 7th-inning homer on Monday. Well, after 2 more outs, there will not be any more winless teams in baseball.
Boy, you are just trying to put the jinx on us.
Nah, it's a done deal.
Oh, goodness gracious. It's a done deal.
Houston won its 3rd game today. So did Cleveland.
Oh, Cleveland spanked the Yankees.
The Giants play at the Dodgers tonight. They've won only 2 games. Yeah, 10-2 at the new Yankee Stadium.
Take that $2 billion house. We'll give you 9 runs in the 7th inning. Yankees are going to have trouble with that bullpen all year.
1-2 to Ibanez. Right by him, 2 outs.
It's not a safe situation for Mr. Hanrahan, but right there showing you the big hammer. He's over the top slider.
Pedro Feliz 0 for 3. And Hanrahan is acting like a big league closer right now. I love the body language. I love the command. We always know the velocities there. He's mixing the heater in with some good breaking stuff at the moment.
He's getting himself ready for tomorrow, Bob.
All right, Washington, everybody's standing up. The Nationals are a strike away from finally that first W of the year. Slider that just stayed high. Eight to 2 Washington, 2 outs, top of the 9th. A decisive win, if you will.
Don't overthrow it. Let it happen.
Front door breaking ball missing. 3-2.
Good closer keeps everybody wanting to come back tomorrow. All right, put him away.
Three-two delivery. Fastball overpowers the right-handed hitter. Right field, Austin Kearns, and the Nationals win for the first time this year. Rob, we thought Monday that it might just take a starter